school students and their parents to start thinking about college.
And believe it or not, it's actually never too early to start thinking about that. Cambi Brown is live this morning at Cal State Bakersfield with more on what students should be focusing on depending on their grade level. Cambi, how's it going?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, that's right. You know, a couple weeks ago, I think it was last week, we were talking about the dropout rate for Kern County, almost 19%. And that got us thinking about what can we do to try and help high school students right now to succeed and to make it into college. And so all morning long, we're going to be doing a different grade level for each segment. So we're going to start with 9th grade this morning, because a lot of times, you know, high school students, they're starting high school, right? It's all new to them being in 9th grade. And so we want to see what they need to do. What should parents and students be thinking about right now as they're entering into 9th grade?
I think the most important thing is to make sure that they're taking college prep classes and make sure they're like in an English class, a math class, because that's when we're going to start calculating how many courses they need beginning in the 9th grade. So it's important to take college prep classes in the 9th grade.
Okay, and what about in terms of GPA and any testing? Should they be looking at SAT, ACT?
I would say not at the 9th grade, but the main thing in the 9th grade is to make sure you get at least 3.0 and above. I think the key is if you want to look at scholarships later, grade point average is going to be key. So make sure you're in college prep classes and make sure you get at least a B or better if you want to go to a 4-year college.
And how do you know if your course that you're in is a college prep course?
The most important person to talk to at your high school is your high school counselor.
Okay.
And some courses are going to be general ed and some will be college prep. So if at all possible, take college prep courses.
Okay, all right. So you want to make sure you're doing the college prep, and the counselor is key. A lot of people forget about that counselor. Make sure you're bringing them an apple in the morning as well. And coming up in the other segments, guys, next segment we're going to talk about 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. If you miss any of this, we will put it on our Facebook page, Eyewitness News Bakersfield, now a little bit later on in the day, so you can go back and watch that with your high school students, so you can kind of track what the game plan is for all those grades levels. So up next, we're going to talk 10th grade and what sophomores should be thinking about in high school. John and
Cambi, it's kind of getting me stressed out remembering all that stuff, the applying for colleges. Yeah. But it's fun at the same time because you're like your whole future ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. Cambi, do you even remember your sophomore year?
Oh yes, I do remember my sophomore year.
Were you?
And I was very good friends with my counselor, Mrs. Ban Weiss, and I went to Sacramento State. So talking about Bakersfield and Cal State Bakersfield and all the things, the requirements, I definitely remember that.
All right, so Cambi was right on track. She'll let us know a little more about the sophomore year in our next check-in with you. Cambi, thanks so much.
We did the 9th graders before. Time for the 10th graders now.
Hey, good morning, guys. All right, so earlier we talked about 9th grade, and now we're going to talk about 10th grade for those high school sophomores. And 10th grade is actually a little unique because there is one thing that is actually really important to focus on, that parents and students should be focusing on. And what is that one thing, Marissa?
Your GPA.
Okay, and how come it's not as important in 9th grade as it is in 10th grade?
Well, usually, I mean, not all students are perfect, so 9th grade is usually used for that transition stage. So 10th grade students are expected to really be on the ball following those A through G requirements, and also to become more active on campus.
Okay.
To really establish presence on campus.
And so what are some of the things to establish a presence on campus? What are some of the things that students should be doing?
Sure. Sports, softball, basketball, any type of sport. Also extracurricular activities, or actually, let's say, student government also on campus.
And why is student government something that is really well valued for when they're sending in those college applications?
It helps to develop leadership skills.
Okay, all right, so perfect. So we're talking about GPA and leadership skills. Is there anything, a piece of advice for college students, if you had one thing that you could tell them, what would it be?
Don't procrastinate.
Okay, don't procrastinate. And also, Marissa was talking about the A through G requirements, and what that is to get into any Cal State school, they have all these requirements for math and English and all these different courses that you need to take, and you can check that on the CSU website as well. So if you want to check that out, that's online. What is that website, Marissa?
www.csumentor.edu.
Okay, perfect. And so don't procrastinate. The time is now to be thinking about that. Hey, John and Layla, I posted this on my Facebook page, and like I just asked Marissa, best piece of advice for college students. What do you guys got?
Ooh, John, I'm going to let you go first.
For college students or for high school kids preparing for college? All right.
For college students. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you guys.
Oh,
Let's see, for college students. I always
you know
say,
what? You know what I'm going to say, believe it or not, is make sure you move somewhere away from home. Not like, you know, or at least live on campus. Be out of the house for a
listen,
little.
John, no, we're at Cal State Bakersfield.
but I'm
Save
saying-
some money, go here.
No, but what I'm saying, Cambi, is at least live like on campus or away from mom and dad. Get a chance to like
good
okay.
transition.
get a chance to like grow up with a bit of a training net. If you
Yeah.
will.
By the way, John's
see.
still working on that growing up part.
Yes.
As for me, I would say intern like yesterday. You cannot start
Okay.
interning early
Yes,
enough.
very true. Yes, internships as well.
All right, Cambi
Good
Brown.
advice.
Cambi, thank you very much. More on what those kids need to do. We went through 9th grade, 10th grade, now the juniors.
Yep, that's right. Now we're talking about students who are juniors in high school. And earlier we talked about 10th grade, how the grades are so important. They understand that in 9th grade, maybe it's more of a transition period. 10th grade grades are really important. 11th grade, it seems like testing is really important. What tests are we talking about this morning, Marissa?
We are talking about the SAT and ACT prep courses that are available during the fall semester.
Okay, so should they actually be taking those tests, or should they be taking the prep classes? What exactly should they be doing in 11th grade?
Well, fall semester they should be taking those prep classes, and so they are prepared for spring semester so they can actually start taking the SAT and ACT courses.
Now, do students need to take both the SAT and the ACT?
No, they don't. They can take either or.
Okay, and that's for the Cal State system, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so if students and parents looking for these prep classes, where should they go to try and find that?
I would encourage you to reach out to your high school counselors. That's what, they're more knowledgeable about where those classes are being offered.
And I know some schools even actually have a class that students can take. So maybe if they're looking at their transcripts right now and they're seeing if they have room for in their schedules, that's something that you would encourage them to do?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, and somebody was asking on Facebook too, saying, they're not very athletic, and they're doing sports isn't something that they could do, and they didn't get into student government. What are some other options for them about getting involved? Because I talked about earlier how important that is.
Yes, take advantage of being involved with clubs on campus, campus ministry, Key Club, volunteer. There are plenty of options out there for students to really become more well-rounded and more marketable.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to talk about seniors coming up next, and also if you're watching and you missed the segments on 9th grade and 10th grade, we are going to put those on our Facebook page a little bit later on in the day around noon or so you can check back and look at those, maybe watch them with your high school students so you guys can plan and prepare for getting into college. Guys?
All right, good things to think about now in the morning as you head to school. Cambi Brown?
Yes, exactly. And this is probably when the students are really feeling the pressure because college just a short year away. So college or high school seniors, what should they be doing to start preparing for college?
Well, October 1st, the CSU system will open up the application filing period, so students need to apply during the priority filing period, which is October 1st to November 30th, and you want to make sure you submit your application during that period, because if you miss that deadline, chances are you will not be able to attend maybe the college of your choice.
Okay, and so that they really only have like less than 3 months to sort of get all of that stuff together. Where should they be going online to try and find out that information about what, if they maybe need to write an essay, or what they need to fill out, if they need transcripts, that sort of thing?
One of the good things about the CSU's, we do not require an essay, but students need to get their transcripts together. I would say start by going to the website csumentor.edu, and you can actually begin to get your classes in CSU Mentor, and then when October 1st, all you need to do is just start actually submitting your applications.
Now, do the applications get submitted by mail, or do you submit those, can you submit them electronically?
Everything is online now, so we do not, a student could submit a paper application, but everything now is paperless, and we encourage students to submit their application online.
And then when should they find out about when they're going to be accepted? When will they know that?
Some campuses will let you know right away, but probably from November all the way through April, May, you will be notified if you're going to be admitted or not.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that students can check out, because they still need to make sure that they continue to have those same grades like what they had their sophomore or junior year.
Yep, it's make sure that they do not get senioritis. In other words, they take a break, because we're going to look at all of their coursework through the senior year, so they have to work all the way through graduation. That's really key.
All right, and best advice you have for college students?
I would just say have determination to set a goal and to reach that goal by working hard.
Okay, and also, guys, I have to give you a little teaser for tomorrow. Cal State Bakersfield is fun, and we got this guy to dance.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
even though we're talking about the serious stuff, the stressful stuff, it can still be fun.
Hey, Cambi, question, and this is a little more on the serious side, but I know
Yes.
it's on the mind of a lot of parents out there, is money. You know, when you're thinking about your senior year, time's winding down, parents are going, I have no idea how I'm going to pay for this. What suggestions do they have there for a senior at this point?
Okay, suggestions for seniors about paying for college.
March 2nd is the FAFSA deadline, so that's the free application for federal student aid. So you want to make sure that you submit that application between January the 1st and March 2nd. Do not procrastinate with that. And also start looking at scholarships online, and just apply for everything that you think you might be eligible for.
Okay, and high school counselors can help you with looking for scholarships as well, Layla.
All right, Cambi Brown, thanks so much.